In the heart of the Mediterranean, more than 2 years ago, one of the most influential civilizations in history was born. The Roman Empire. From a small village on the Italian peninsula, Rome would become the dominant force in the Western world for centuries. Its history encompasses wars, conquests, engineering, laws, and a culture that shaped the foundations of the West. According to legend, Rome was founded in 753 BC by the brothers Romulus and Remus. Raised by a she-wolf on the banks of the Tiber. This story reflects the fierce and indomitable spirit that would characterize the Romans. Reality, however, tells of a small settlement that, thanks to its strategic position, grew in trade and power. For centuries, Rome was a monarchy, until a republic was established in 509 BC. This era was governed by a senate and 2 elected consuls. It was a complex system, combining aristocratic, democratic, and oligarchic elements. Tensions between patricians and plebeians marked this period. The breaking point came with Julius Caesar, his success as a general in Gaul, and his triumphant entry into Rome with his legions brought him absolute power. He was declared perpetual dictator, causing concern among the senators. In 4 BC, he was assassinated during the March Iudus, sparking a civil war. His nephew and heir, Octavian, later known as Augustus, managed to defeat his enemies and consolidate his power. In 27 BC, he became the first emperor of Rome. Although he retained veneer republican institutions, control of the state remained in his hands. He ushered in an era of stability known as the Pax Romana. Under Augustus and his successors, Rome reached its greatest expansion, from the British Isles to the Sahara Desert, and from the Iberian Peninsula to Mesopotamia. The Roman Empire encompassed vast territories. Managing this cultural and geographic diversity was one of its greatest achievements and challenges. To maintain control, the Romans built a network of more than 80,000 kilometers of roads. These routes facilitated troop movement, trade, and communication. Aqueducts, bridges, and public buildings exemplified their mastery in engineering and architecture. Many of these structures still survive today. The organization of the empire was meticulous. The emperor was the central figure, with absolute power. But beneath him was a hierarchy of senators, governors, procurators, and magistrates who administered provinces, collected taxes, and controlled public order. The Roman army was the pillar of the empire. The legions, made up of professional soldiers, followed strict training and unwavering discipline. They used advanced tactics and impeccable logistics. Their standard, the Roman eagle, was a symbol of glory and power. However, Rome's power did not extend through force alone. Romanization was a powerful tool. Latin became the common language. Roman-style cities were founded, public baths, forums, and temples were introduced, and Roman law was promoted throughout the land. Daily life varied according to social class. In the cities, citizens went to the forum to debate and trade, and enjoyed spectacles in the Colosseum, such as gladiator fights. The baths were centers of social gatherings. In the countryside, most people lived off agriculture under much more modest conditions. The Roman legal system was one of its most lasting legacies. Concepts such as private property, contracts, and citizenship were developed here. Many of its laws remain present in the civil codes of many countries today. Rome was also a hotbed of religions, from its traditional gods to the adoption of Christianity in the 4th century AD. Religion reflected the evolution of the empire. Christianity, initially persecuted, became the official religion under Emperor Constantine and his successors. Despite its achievements, the empire faced numerous crises: accelerated growth, corruption, internal strife, barbarian invasions, and economic problems weakened the giant. The constant pressure on the frontier was unsustainable. In 285 AD, Emperor Diocletian divided the empire into 2, East and West. The idea was to make it easier to administer. The wealthier and more stable Eastern Empire, with its capital in Byzantium and later Constantinople, survived much longer than the Western one. The Western Empire, with its capital in Rome and then Ravenna, suffered continuous invasions. In 476 AD, the last Western emperor, Romulus Augustulus, was deposed by the Germanic leader Odoacer. This date is considered the end of the Western Roman Empire. The Byzantine Empire, heir to the Roman Empire, continued to exist until the fall of Constantinople in 1453. For centuries, it retained many Roman institutions, fused with Greek and Eastern traditions. Rome's legacy is immense. Its language gave rise to French, Spanish, Italian, Portuguese, and Romanian. Its law forms the basis of modern legal systems. Its aqueducts, roads, and monuments still stand. When we visit European cities, read about republics, senates, simply use legend, we are seeing the imprint of Rome. Its influence is palpable in Western architecture, political thought, and culture. The Roman Empire was not just a military and administrative power. It was an idea of civilization, of law, order, citizenship, and progress. Its fall reminds us that no empire is eternal, but its ideas can endure for centuries. And so concludes this first look at the vast and fascinating Roman Empire. But this is just the beginning. In the next videos, we'll explore their battles, their emperors, their daily lives, and the mysteries their legacy still holds in more detail. If you enjoyed this journey through history,